This is Paul Chima from Remax West, Toronto, Canada. Today I got a phone call from someone looking to buy one of my listing in Brampton. So he said that he can get financing up to $750,000, and I wanted to dig into that a bit more details. I wanted. So it so happened that he actually qualifies for $500,000, but someone in financial sector or banks or mortgage brokers, I didn't ask him. I don't want to go there. Uh, they said that by making documents, so technically falsifying falsifying the documents, income statements, pay stubs, notice of assessments, um, they will get him over $750,000. And he was actually trying to negotiate the price of this property so that he can stay within $750,000 mark given to him by I don't know whosoever. So that prompted me that I should do this video so that anyone who may watch it later on understands the repercussion of going to buy a house that way. Honestly, that's the worst situation to get yourself into. Not only it's a fraud, it could be a huge stress on your life as well. You could lose all the money you accumulated towards down payment. These days, financial institutions and Canada Revenue Agency are in some kind of setup where I guess they can see your paperwork, and at the same time, banks usually ask you take your consent. They don't ask; they take your consent that they can verify your documents with CRA, which is Canada Revenue Agency. For those who don't know how it works in Canada. So now CRA may choose to send you a new assessment based on whatever income you put on that new notice of assessment. It is fraudulent. Okay, they will say, you know what, you owe us this much tax. That is one stress on you. The federal agencies, the government, can actually charge you with fraud. Not only you will lose your property, you will also lose your deposit. Even if someone can get you financing up to for a limit that you do not technically qualify for, and if the bank finds it a day or on the day of closing, when the titles are being transferred, they can stop your financing, charge you with fraud, and the sellers, the home sellers, may sue you for not completing the transaction and lay their claim on the deposit money. It is a very messy situation. I would suggest stay away from these scenarios because this is not worth it. If you buy a house beyond your means, it's going to add financial stress on you every month. You have to pay for that. And money is not going to grow on trees overnight that you can just pluck it and give it to banks. You will have to work your ass off. Well, if some people you know have been successful in buying houses that way, doesn't mean you should follow their trail, because sometimes bad times takes a little while to come, but once it comes, believe me, it can be very bad. So my suggestion to you is buy a house within your means. Enjoy your life. Don't work your ass off to pay the mortgage payments. Work so as much as is needed for you to run your life and enjoy sufficient family time. If you want to send nice pictures telling your friends overseas that, hey, this is my house, well, you can stand in front of any house in Canada and take a good shot. More than 70% people are not home either way. So take a picture, send it to them, say, well, this is my house. Then send a picture of 10,000 square feet mansion in Mississauga or Brampton or Toronto. Well, make a great impression if that's what makes you happy. But staying within means is what I want to emphasize. And the people who suggest you that they will get you mortgage by falsifying documents, believe me, those people are the stressed out people. They are working under desperate conditions because they need money, and the only way they can make money is if they can sell a house to you. Don't think they are messiah for you. They are screwing you up big time. They are not your friends. Those people are inducing you to do something illegal. And when caught, guess what? It is all your signatures and initials on the papers. They simply have to say this thing, this guy gave us the papers. And as far as I understand, they will never give you the falsified document. You may get approval for financing for a bigger home, but you will never get copies of those documents. They are There are nexuses. The CRA and the government is breaking up those nexuses, and they are very successful. If you buy a house in a postal code which is in a particular income bracket, and you are showing less income on your assessment. Let's say your annual income notice assessment shows $50,000 as your income, and you buy a house in a demographic area where the income of the inhabitants, the residents, is between $150,000 to $200,000. You may get a letter from CRA, Canada Revenue Agency, saying that your postal code and your income reported they do not match. You will owe an explanation to them. This recently came to one of my friends. He has a house over close to $2 million. Maybe he's not reporting income, but he could prove that the house he's not living in the house, and the house has been rented out, and it is truly rented out. So he could basically get away from the situation. But not everyone can be in the same way. So guys, beware, beware, beware. Buy house, but stay within your means. I hope this helps. Thank you very much. Bye bye.